Thank you for watching Vinland Outpost. My name is Amir of Hazelwood, and thank you for continuing to support my channel as we continue on with the second case for Tuesday, which is following true crimes and missing people, especially Indigenous women and of North America, starting with Canadian women, because again, information is easier to get from me to find on Canadian women, as it's harder to reach across borders right now. So, without further ado and without gussing it up any, let's jump right into this, shall we? So, the second case we have for today is Roxanne Marie Isadore. Here's a general picture which was given to the government by her family to the government. I'm assuming that's the picture they used. But Roxanne Marie Isadore was reported missing by family members on September 24th, 2013. She had been out of family contact since she moved to Edmonton from Valley View in 2006. Her last confirmed whereabouts were Edmonton in June of 2018. She was known to live in the area and to frequent 118 Avenue in Beverly neighborhood of Edmonton, Alberta. Aliases that she goes by is Sunshine, Roxanne, Coral, and Roxanne Blue, and just Roxanne. She's been missing since June 20th, 2008. Her year of birth is 1982. Age of disappearance, 25. Female is her gender. Biogroup, Indigenous. Eye color, brown. Hair, red, straight, and long. Height is 5'1" or 155 centimeters. Her weight was, her weight was 121 or 55 kg, and she's a slender, thin build. For Edmonton Police Services, if anyone does have any information to give on this individual, it is 780-423-4567. The Crime Stoppers tip line is 1-800-222-8477 or online at CanadianCrimeStoppers.org/TIPS tips. More of these links will be put into the description later on when I go to upload this video. So we shall go right into the news article on this. So Roxanne Marie Isadore, 24, was a mother of three, Gally, Connor, and CJ, when her sister last saw her in Edmonton in September 2007. According to an Edmonton Police Service news release, she was reported missing to Valley View RCMP in Alberta on September 24th, 2013. The Edmonton Police Services is investigating the missing persons case. In a trembling voice, Angelina Cortella, sorry if I am not pronouncing that name properly, says it's first time the media has called her about her granddaughter. Every day she has hugged us and says she loved us, me and her grandpa. Angela said, sorry, according to Edmonton Police Services, EPS, press release dating May 1st, 2014, Roxanne Isadore was reported missing to Valley View RCMP in Alberta on September 24th, 2013. A media spokesperson for the EPS says the case is open but there is no leads. The family, however, started their own search years before the police became involved. I'm kind of confused sometimes because there's a lot of words to something like this, Angela said, referring to how exact dates and locations aren't clear anymore. She says Roxanne's a member of the Driftpile Cree Nation, moved to Edmonton, Alberta in the late 2006 with her boyfriend Corey McInnes. Roxanne left her two children, Gally and Connor, with their great grandmother temporarily so she could settle into their new home. Roxanne called around spring 2007. She said, I'm on my way with my boyfriend. We are going to come see the kids. I'm going to come get them. But Roxanne didn't make it to Valley View, Alberta. Months later, she gave birth to Corey Jr., who was taken days later from Edmonton Hospital and put into care with Alberta's social services. In September 2007, Roxanne's sister Nicole Cortella says her and saw her in Edmonton. She assured Nicole everything was fine. Angela and her husband Albert now raise CJ, Gally, and Connor using their pension. They also raise they also raised Roxanne they also raised Roxanne and her sisters for the better part of their lives. Through gasps and sniffles, she talks about how Roxanne became dependent on alcohol and drugs. Angela says the first time she had to save Roxanne was when she was 5 years old. She drove to pick up Roxanne in Prince Rupert, BC. When they arrived back in Valley View, Angela took Roxanne to a doctor where she learned her granddaughter was molested. She used she used to scream at night. Actually, I slept with her, held her, she said. She would jump, scream, and holler. She would say bearded that bearded guy is after me. Roxanne got counseling for the trauma and her dreams went away. Soon after, she went to live with her mother in BC. Angela says Roxanne tried to kill herself before she was a teenager. She tried again at 15 while under the care of child welfare. She stabbed herself. She put a knife in her gut but because they were telling her she was crazy. The social services, she said. Roxanne's mother, Dorothy, had problems of her own. A few years ago, things got so bad Angela had to rescue her too. Last time they found her in a ditch in Prince George, BC, she said. I went up there right away. I left here late, went up there and brought her home here and kept her for I don't know how many months to recuperate. I took care of her. Dorothy is sober now. She she's living on her own in Valley View, close to family. While Angela is happy for her daughter, she is torn about her granddaughter, about her She's torn about where her granddaughter might be. I'm 70. I'm worried. I've worried myself sick, Angela said. She said she says the last 2 years have been extra hard because she battled cancer. She's in remission but mentions there's other health concerns. I had a slight stroke, the doctor thinks anyways. The doctor is doing all kinds of tests again. Angela tries to be helpful. She says EPS revealed to her Roxanne was picked up by RCMP in Fort St. John's, BC in February 2011. When the CBC called the Fort St. John's, RCMP would not deny or confirm contact with Roxanne in 2011. I pray for her day and night that she's fine, that she's not hurting, she said, letting out a desperate cry, and that she didn't suffer if she left us. Since her disappearance, the family has not recovered. I have 34 grandchildren, 34 great grandchildren, 24 grandchildren, and 5 children, Angela said. None of us will be the same without Roxanne. So, with that, I will be posting any picture, like any information, not pictures, just to say, any information on what case information can be found type on any of this really. Sorry here. And sorry about that. So yes, it's a sad thing. Like this case goes back all the way to 2007 or 2006 era, and I mean, with these cases, sometimes they're runaways, sometimes they're running from something, like not just themselves. There's drugs, there's alcohol involved. Not always, but I mean, I've been through that path too, and I know that sometimes it's a lot to run from. But yeah, we need to stay vigilant when it comes to this stuff. Even if there is no foul play involved in it, to give someone a peace of mind, whether it be good news or bad news, it still answers. So again, I will be posting every Tuesday and Thursday here on this channel at least 2 cases, and I will be going back to these cases and doing follow-ups as well as trying to see if I can get any information and see where things are at with any leads, any new information that may not have been updated. The RCMP did put out a new website, which credit given to where credit's due. It's a lot more easier to navigate than when I was trying this 6 months back, and there wasn't any information to go on because they were doing a whole revamping of it. So, not to take away from this young lady's disappearance or anything like that, I just figured I would tell that little bit of information. So, again, if anyone out there has any information or any tips, any possible leads, can you contact the Edmonton Police Services or Crime Stoppers Canada and just give some help. And if you have no information to give, if you could please like and share these videos, get the message out there. I'm not gonna be disheartened. Like if there's not many views, I'm gonna still keep doing my part to help where I can and when I can. And I hope there are other kind-hearted people in this world who can take the break from their own cloud, their own darkness, so to speak, because we're all going through something right now, and just try to help brighten. Even again, like I said, even if it's not a favorable outcome, at least some news is better than no news for people who are still questioning and still wondering. So, yeah, again, I greatly appreciate you watching and listening. And again, please like, share, and subscribe if you would to help out this information to the general public. Any little bit helps. Anyways, this is Amir of Hazelwood of Vinland Outpost signing off.